back to Lawn Chair Social. Hope you guys have been enjoying our content recently. Putting in a lot of work.
Who?
Someone. I don't know. Not us.
Our handsome editors putting in the work, the hours.
The 20 minutes it takes to edit a little video. A lot of work. Who do you think is an overrated actor or actress?
No.
Just like off the top of your head. This is definitely a subject where if you think about it a lot, I'm sure we could come up with, a fat list of people. Just off the top of your head, who do you think's just like too hyped?
Jason Mahoma or whatever his name is.
Okay, Aquaman.
Yeah.
I'd probably agree because I don't think I've seen anything of his except for I think he was in season 1 of Game of Thrones and that's all I watched.
He was in Aquaman, and he was in.
He is Aquaman.
There was some show. It was like 1776.
Okay.
And I remember just watching him like, this guy can't act. This guy
I think
sucks.
I think he's a funny person.
Yeah.
Like the clips I've seen of him, just like real world type situations.
Yeah.
He's like pretty funny, and so
I just think because he has stature and such a unique look, people are like, oh, we should cast him. But like,
yeah.
In all reality, dude, he's pretty average.
Okay. Like, I would have to watch some of his roles because like I haven't seen Aquaman or Justice League or anything, so I haven't seen him in like his biggest roles.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I know it's not worth it to like watch anything. So like, I'm not gonna waste my time on DC. Then
you'll just have to take my word for it.
Yeah, no, that's good enough for me, dude. I think Florence Pugh is so overrated.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
How come? You know, she's as old as we are.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's millions and millions of dollars richer and more famous than we are.
All these people are, man, and I'm sure they.
But she's as old as we are.
For it, but I don't think her acting's that. In her recent roles, it could just be the writing of them.
Yeah.
Because like her as Yelena in Black Widow and
you can't
Hawkeye.
Include Black Widow with that supreme CGI, man.
It's not even the CGI, dude. It's just I just think they wrote her wrong.
Yeah.
So I think she got so much hype too quickly that she's just been casted in so much that it's kind of brought her quality down.
Do you think, though, being in a lot of movies as an actor brings your quality up or down, though? Because you've got guys like Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt.
That's the thing is they have been casted in, Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino style movies, man, that are like years worth of writing and thought to it and great lines and dialogue and stories. So I think Florence Pugh has just gotten the short end of the stick.
I think she's gotten the indie directors.
Yeah.
Who try to muster up something quick for a quick cash grab.
That's what I feel like. I feel like she's a cash grab actress right now.
You know who's overrated? Actor? Harry Styles.
How dare you? Okay, no. I think his acting obviously needs some work. I'm a huge fan of Harry Styles. He is my favorite solo artist of this time right now that's, still performing, still making music. And so I love his performance as a music artist.
Yeah.
And since I am a fan of him, I like that he's going into acting. However, his biggest roles, I've yet to see. I know he's in Dunkirk. I haven't finished Dunkirk, and I know he doesn't play like a huge role. I didn't watch the one with Florence Pugh. What do you know what it's called?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I forget what that one was. Oh, Hello, Darling, maybe
Maybe.
something like that. But
Going about like how they
it's like a weird
culty job.
utopian,
And,
yeah. So I haven't watched that one. I saw it got pretty bad ratings and stuff. And I haven't watched his show My Policeman either. So a lot of his acting I haven't seen. I'm excited for him to be in the Marvel universe as Star Guy. What's his name?
Star-Lord?
No, Star-Lord's Peter Quill. Like,
Star Guy Nova?
no, dude, I don't know.
He's like related to Thanos in some way, shape,
Yeah,
or form.
he's Thanos' brother, and he's an Eternal.
Yeah,
Your phone fell, by the
I
way.
know. These pants are...
It's in the wet grass, man.
That's fine. These pants suck.
But I could see that. I think it's just because he has such a big fan following that he's hyped as an actor.
Yeah.
But he obviously needs more experience.
Homie needs to go to like community college and get a career. And
Get a thespian.
Yeah. At least something.
Okay. No, I can see that. I see it.
I just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he's a singer. He's an artist, not an actor. And I feel, because I think one of the best artist actors is Donald Glover. Have you
Yeah.
watched Community?
I've seen enough of it to agree with that. Also, just like his small appearances with Spider-Man and stuff, he's
Mhm.
great. So I can see that. But didn't he start in Community before becoming a rapper?
I don't know.
I feel like he did.
I'd have to look it up.
So either way, he's either a great artist turned actor, or great actor turned artist.
Yeah.
So
Either way, he could do it all.
there's a couple more, like I said, that if I thought about it, I could probably come up with. Florence Pugh is just on my mind.
That's fair.
Just thinking that I don't think she's all that, just because she's been overcasted.
You think she's spent already?
I think she just needs a break from it. You know, like I
Or do you
feel.
think she needs to be in a good movie with a good director?
I think she needs like a year. Don't put her in anything for a year, then cast a great director and actor, or like role. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's something like that Tom Holland I feel like is going through. He's been chosen for everything, you know.
Yeah.
And
Everything.
everything, dude. And so like a lot of his roles have been. You got a little friend, dude. It's gonna sting you.
I know.
But he's been casted in everything. So out of that everything, there's been some amazing roles, obviously.
Yeah.
But a lot of them have come and gone,
Yeah.
just like passed over. So he
He's
says he's taken a break from acting for a little bit after his most recent role, which I think is going to be good for him. But because I don't want him to fade out, you know.
yeah.
I don't
I
want
think
that.
he's got Tobey Maguire syndrome, where everywhere he goes, everyone just sees him as Spider-Man, and it's going to be really hard to get parts that aren't.
Yeah.
And I don't know if my wording is right, but he's gonna look and feel unnatural in anything other than a superhero setting.
Okay. No, I can see that.
When you, for example, in The Great Gatsby, with Tobey Maguire and Leonardo DiCaprio, it was almost like, when is he gonna start shooting webs? When is he gonna jump out the window?
Bro, I love that movie. It's one of my top movies,
The
man.
Great Gatsby.
I love it. I think it's amazing. I love Tobey Maguire's part in it, dude. I think he does great.
He does great.
I think a little bit of Bully Maguire comes out the end, you know, when he
Yeah.
starts getting pissed.
Yeah,
It's great.
but it's that thing where it's like you look at him and you're like, start shooting webs, do something.
Underrated movie is Uncharted. with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
I liked it. A lot of people are like, it's too over the top, it's too crazy.
Did you ever play the games?
No. But I understood it came from a video game, and it's a freaking treasure hunt with Mark Wahlberg. Of course it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. It was a fun movie.
I liked it.
Underrated movie.
I think it's underrated.
Fight Club.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to it.
Dang.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy, bro.
You know, it's a underrated movie, especially in these past few years, that should be talked about. It's not from these past few years, but it relates to our modern day. V for Vendetta.
I did watch that a while ago.
Oh man, rewatch it. Everyone needs to watch it, dude, because it just like it plays into COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
So much.
I'll watch it.
It just makes you think, man.
I just remember watching it the whole time being like, this is interesting.
It's a very interesting story, and it's one that the more you watch it, the more you learn. You pick up on all these little things. So
yeah.
For me, I've seen it probably 4-5 times in just like the past year.
Mm-hmm.
And literally every time I just notice something a little more, and it just elevates the story even more for me.
Yeah.
So I love it. I think it's one of like the greatest movies out there, and by far, maybe not by far, but it is the greatest DC movie. It's a DC comic movie, man.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of crazy. So.
Who's your favorite boy band?
Favorite boy band?
Yeah.
Big Time Rush.
They're making a comeback.
They are making a comeback, dude. I saw them live last year, and they were fun. They were really fun. They kind of are like they are in the show, if you were a fan of the show.
Yeah.
Like, their personalities in it and just being, like, fun and goofy and stuff, like they were written, is kind of how they are in real life, and I think they're fun.
Do they look pretty worn or no?
Nah, dude, they're looking good. Especially Logan, dude. You know, Logan was, like, the nerd one in the show.
Yeah.
He's... In the performance, he seemed like he would be the leader.
Really?
He took charge. He talked the most. He was the most, like, interactive and stuff. Like, him and Carlos definitely, like,
really
showed up, dude. And they were kind of like the bottom two.
They were.
Because it was Kendall's the leader. James is the handsome, hot one of them.
Yeah.
And then the other two were just, like, the reckless one and the smart, nerdy one. Now it's turned into, like, Logan's the hot one. And Carlos is, like, has his shit together, has a family, father figure, like, daddy vibes, bro.
So you're saying Kendall and...
Kendall has definitely, it seems like he's taken a step back.
Mm-hmm.
And James is still just kind of like he still, like, is, like, the hot one type guy. Yeah, but not as out there as his character in the show. But they're super fun, and I enjoy their new music too, but I think they're great. What about you?
I'd probably have to say Big Time Rush too.
Yeah. After that, I'd probably just go with One Direction, just because that was more my time. Like, I've heard more of them.
5 Sauce your time?
5 Sauce?
Yeah. 5 Seconds of Summer?
No.
No?
No, dude. I mean, they were my time, but I did not enjoy their music or listen to them at all. Where One Direction, I heard most of their songs, and like, their later things I actually started really enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, their later music I thought got really good. And then, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Harry Styles.
Yeah. Of
his solo career, and I just recently, this past, like, month, have gotten really into Niall Horan.
Oh.
His music's dope. I think you'd like it, because he's kind of taken, like, a kind of indie rock vibe.
Yeah.
I think.
Alright.
So he's good too.
Maybe I'll have to listen to Niall.
And, like, Zayn's music when he first came out, his solo music, like Pillow Talk, dude.
Yeah. That
was fire music. It's good. The other two are just, like, forgettable to me.
Here's my question to you. Do you think Harry Styles and Niall and all them Do you think they're writing those songs for themselves by themselves, or do you think they've got a whole mass team of writers?
I feel like Harry has written a lot of songs from himself.
Mm-hmm.
One example that comes to mind is a song by his called "Falling" from his second album. It's like a breakup song, and it just has a lot of emotion, and it's tied into an ex that he had that he wasn't very public with. They were kind of like a private relationship, and so I feel like a lot of his music is personal, but I'm sure he has a team as well. I don't know enough about Niall or the others to really get at that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, even the biggest songwriters of today have teams. Like Taylor Swift is a huge songwriter that is known for like her own music. Like her album, I think it's Speak Now, was her first album 100% written by herself. But even since then, she has co-writers and stuff.
Yeah.
But who she's close with and friends with, so it still like matches her vibes. Same with, I'm sure, like Ed Sheeran and stuff. I don't think there's any artist out there that's big that is 100% their own in writing. I just can't imagine a big artist having the time for that. You know? Because I'm sure there's smaller bands, smaller artists that do 100%, obviously.
Yeah.
But
well,
for
you
big
had
artists.
Cage the Elephant, their album Social Cues.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I was watching an interview, and Matt Schultz, it's like 90% him dealing with his divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And like in some of the songs, it's very apparent. It's like very crazy and personal. So, I mean, you can always tell when something's written from the heart and something's written for the masses.
No, exactly. Like Justin Bieber is a huge example of that, man. A lot of his songs are deep, have lots of meaning, and then he throws out "yummy."
It's what the algorithm wants.
No one wanted that, man. No one wanted that.
Everyone wanted that.
No, dude.
You didn't want to hear Justin Bieber say "yummy"?
Absolutely not, man. His music used to be fire, dude. And then just went downhill. I know that he's huge and he still has like $1 billion or like billion listened songs and stuff. But for me personally, I fell out of him after his album in like 2016. That was just fire. After that, I just think it went downhill.
I never really listened to Justin Bieber.
No, that one album, I forget what it's called, but Skrillex helped produce it. So it was dope.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Skrillex and Diplo did a lot of work with artists on albums around that time. So they came out pretty sick.
Pretty dope.
All right, man. Overrated artists or overrated actors and boy bands.
And boy bands.
What made you think of that? Boy bands.
Harry Styles.
Okay.
You mentioned Harry Styles. I was like, what other boy bands were there?
Obviously, just Backstreet and NSYNC were before my time.
Yeah.
I enjoy the hits from both of them.
What about Beastie Boys?
Oh, Beastie Boys is dope. Yeah, I like them. But it's just like, I've never listened to enough of them.
Yeah.
Whereas Big Time Rush, One Direction, I've heard over half their songs.
Well, Big Time Rush had a TV show. It was hard not to be in them.
Yeah. But even that, dude, I listened to their music outside the TV show. That was like from the show, obviously. But
yeah,
I thought for being a little, Nickelodeon show.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Pretty sick. Yeah. It was a good show.
It was a good show. They should make more boy band shows. Maybe.
I just don't know if you could like recreate it,
You feel like everything would just be a copy and paste of Big Time Rush?
Pretty much.
That's fair. They're artists and actors.
Yeah. I wonder if they were artists turned actors or actors turned artists.
I don't know.
I know Kendall tried a solo career after Big Time Rush, and it didn't really work out for him. I don't know about the other three, though. I know Carlos went on to host a game show for Nickelodeon. I think it just went like a season or two. I never watched it. And I don't know what Logan and James did. But
probably just living their life.
Yeah. But they're fun, man, and they've been doing like TikToks and stuff that are like their characters from the show.
Yeah.
Where they've invited Gustavo back. Like the actual guy, man. And he's totally into it. He has his whole like drip again. And he's acting as like their manager again and stuff, their producer. And so they're funny guys, man. And at the concert, so my dad's a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
Like he would watch the show with us and he loved it. And times when he's up late and stuff, he'll turn it on, just watch it himself because he likes it.
Yeah.
So he's been to 2 of their concerts, one in California and then he came up for the one here in Utah. And in the stadium, dude, there's this sound box like halfway up the stadium. Logan ran through the crowd, came to the box, and it was maybe 30 feet from us. So my dad, dude, just starts hurtling over the seats and like rushes up to the box, dude. So I follow him, my wife follows me, and we're like 10 feet from them. And then soon all 4 of them like came to the box. So we were just like right there, dude.
That's dope.
If I had the pictures, I'll put it up right here. Because we were right there, man. It was super fun.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That reminds. That's like my first concert. It was Cage the Elephant.
Okay.
And it was a general admission.
Nice.
And I got there maybe 30 minutes before it started. So I was like, not close, but not far. And then there's this like small band that played. No one really like paid attention. But then Portugal the Man came on. Cool. And that was dope. And then
before or after his one hit,
it was before.
Before that? Okay.
I think I'm like 99% sure that at the concert we were at, he played that song.
What's it called?
Feel It Still.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty sure he played something of that album at that concert because they were like, we're going to play something for you guys that we haven't released yet. And they played it and everyone loved it.
Sick.
And then between Portugal the Man and Cage the Elephant, they did the general admission wave is what I'll call it, where all of a sudden you could see like everybody in the front going backwards and then everyone like going the other way. And before I knew it, before Cage started, we were like front row up against the grating.
Nice.
And so it was dope, like right there, right in front. I could have high-fived Matt if I really tried to. It was dope. Very awesome.
Yeah, I've only been to a few concerts where I've gotten to be in the pit, the general admission.
Yeah.
First one was Imagine Dragons. Got within like 10 feet from their stage. It was like the rectangle stage, and then they had a walkway out.
Yeah.
That led to like a circle in the middle, so we were like 10 feet from the circle. Mm-hmm. So whenever they would come up to the front, that was way back in like 2014 or 15. That was sick. I went to this one like low-key rave. It was in this small theater, and it was a foam rave, so they had foam guns and like spraying the crowd, and we made our way to the front. So that was sick because when they did the foam, dude, we were just the first ones. I don't remember any of the DJs that played, but that was sick. Yeah, no, dude, concerts are fun. Concerts are fun. I think we should do an episode of just like talking more about concert experiences. It's more in detail and stuff because they're great. But thanks for tuning in. I think we'll end it right here.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.